just,
Approaching
if
the
he's gonna be
scrapyard,
acting dumb, he
southbound
needs to be
Alta.
fucking punished for it. I can't stand it. Like.
Yeah, I'm
Staying
gonna
left,
talk to him.
Eastbound Davis.
All right,
Maze
thanks,
Bank
Flop. I'll write
Arena.
that up for you.
Yep. Bye bye.
Vehicle could be boxed here.
Chat about. Nice and easy. Nice and easy.
Chat, are we alive? Are we good? Are we back?
We're behind it. Perfect. Vehicle is boxed off of Davis and Alta.
Quick us.
There is out running westbound towards the airport. .626. We'll make sure the car
Oh
is
boy.
It's a great.
Sorry,
Spike it,
dudes.
spike it if you can. If you have
Yeah,
spikes, lay it down,
I don't
lay
know
it
why
down,
my
lay it
internet
down.
just fucking dropped like that.
Stowing off.
We're back.
East drops into a great Futo now.
So it sounds like Johnson might be copping
Yep,
some strike
secondary
points,
Futo,
maybe a
northbound off the
suspension.
street.
I gotta figure out what's going on.
Don't break this box.
Where's Tessa?
Hey, secondary pickup Futo's northbound Alta. Just document that original Futo and mark it and leave it. It's just a rental Futo by the looks of it. You can verify that, but if it is the rental or it's stolen, just mark, document and leave it. Northbound Alta Street.
Catching up to you, Suarez.
Be right eastbound off Vespucci Boulevard. East Vespucci, left northbound Upper Power. Northbound Upper Power, left westbound Upper San Andreas.
See if Tessa answers.
We could probably get a channel to. I know there's light just on this, and I don't want to hog up main frequency. Is there dispatch or anyone able to get a channel for us?
220, Ken, stand by. Radio check. Is the channel in use?
Hitting them into the Cube building. Oh, Maze Bank Tower. That's what that is.
80 channel 1.
Hey,
1080 channel 1. Okay. Comcast is iffy. Yeah, it just kind of dropped out weirdly enough. I don't know why. Yeah.
Hey, you busy at the moment?
What's up?
Busy at the moment?
No, not the second. I saw your 301.
Yeah, if you can, yeah, my car, I can't even, yeah.
I think Lexington's on the way. Yeah, she's right there.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah, okay, all right, thank you, all right.
Yep. Actually, do you want to meet me up in the captain's office when you're done?
Yeah, we can do that, yeah.
Okay, awesome, thanks.
All right.
Bye. Ooh. Well, is there not another ISP in your area? Raffle, there's not. Unfortunately, there's not.
Pretty much Mendoza agreed.
It's okay. Well, don't worry. We get to live the life, chat. We get to come through, and you should try Starlink. Starlink would never be consistent for streamers. It's impossible. Starlink is good to get internet in places you can't get internet, but they do not provide a service that would be considered, I would say, beneficial via latency. Oh, I mean, listen, it dropped out once. I'm not sweating over it. You know what I mean? Let me think.
.630, 76 MRP minutes.
All right.
Dispatch 626 en route, latest 99 Alpha.
I 5 on the same traffic.
Hey, Suarez. Hello? 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 I can't hear you. Let me...
6:30's fueling, and then I'll hit
I'm at the... If you can hear me, I'm at the
99
captain's office.
Believe
I'm gonna try to clear my
moment.
throat real
Black
quick.
and colored blade.
Believe we only have 2 attached right now.
Copy. Is that the like muscle car?
Let's see.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yep, now I can. Hey.
All right. Hey, what's going on?
So, I know, I was just letting you know, I wasn't going to jump in because you were already talking to them and I didn't want them to have to listen to 3 voices or 2 voices. I'm going to talk to...
I don't even know what happened. I just came in very late to the scene and then I just saw that like someone
No,
got
you're-
assaulted and like nobody was like doing anything about it.
Yeah, I was... You asked who was leading it, and I was waiting for Lee to do something, and when no one did, I was about to speak up, and then you jumped in. I'm gonna talk to Johnson. I don't know what the fuck happened, but to the degree that I understand it, Johnson was down on a 10-10 alone in the south side and rolled up on them, and then it turned into what it was, which should not be happening, especially in the south side where you don't have backup. So I'm gonna have a conversation with him and figure out what actually happened. And if he actually turned and wailed on 5 people and got laid out, I'm...
Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't think anyone should be alone instigating up against a group of 5. You know, unless obviously, like, you know, you face that risk, right? If you go down and it's kind of on your fault now that you've instigated and pulled people off calls. I don't disagree with you. Also, my other problem though was that like, regardless what happened, officer got assaulted and people were there that were arrived and like, we were just letting him walk around like he, you know, wasn't assaulted, and he got up and he confirmed that he wasn't assaulted. And it just kind of,
Hey, Johnson, give me just a second.
Okay.
it was just a little. I didn't know if this was like some SBS bullshit or if it was like, you know, do I need like, is it like, I don't know, but
I didn't have the
usually
read
it's
and-
SBS until someone gets hurt, you know. And then as soon as Johnson got hurt, you know, we gotta take it serious if
Yeah.
it wasn't serious. So
Well, that's where I was, is because I was trying to get. That's why I asked on radio. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And when no one was able to give me a straight answer, I was confused because I was waiting to hear if was he assaulted or was he not? Was someone hurt or was someone not hurt? And it sounded like no one on the scene actually knew. The 78s, I think, were fine. The reason that it was called was because they called out and saw that Johnson was in handcuffs. Turns out he wasn't. Good faith belief that there was an officer that was in cuffs. I understand. And I think maybe arguably they should have dropped it to a 77 earlier. But then when no one said anything on radio, I thought the whole thing just made no fucking sense. So
yeah,
I'm going to talk to Johnson, get the story straight. I'm most likely going to be calling either Wayne or Dundee. And I'm going to get a statement from Harper and figure out what the fuck I'm doing with this. But I definitely need to talk to Johnson, see what the hell happened, why he was down there alone.
yeah, it sounds like he said some guy put cocaine on his head and tried to snort it off him. I just don't know. You know, listen, like I said, I mean, either way, it sounds like someone touched his head legally. Obviously, it's assault. So, but I just don't know if it turned from you know, some SBS to getting hurt. But now that he got hurt, he pulled units off of calls. But you know, like I said, I guess I'll leave it to you to figure it out. That whole thing was just very off because, you know, once you call 78, you're pulling everybody in, you're pulling the whole PD in. It's no longer SBS. You bursted your, you know, SBS bubble. Yeah. And now, you know, you've called 78, so people are breaking off. You know, no one knows what's going on. You know, once someone gets there, it's serious. You know,
we need the line for SBS is the bottom line, and there's a reason why we have that line is because we kind of follow that line, and if we cross it, we need to kind of just commit. But when no one committed, that's when I was like, okay, this whole thing is fucked. But it sounds like it started because someone was rolling on the south side alone. So I need to talk to Johnson, see what happened, and
yeah, that may have been the case.
Yeah.
All right.
I just wanted to let you know I'm gonna speak to him and I'll take care of it from here. So I appreciate you delegating as best you did on scene.
All right, sounds good, Flo. Appreciate you.
Yep,
Appreciate you looking into it.
Yep, not a problem, brother. Bye bye.
All right, bye bye.
Sorry about that. Sorry. What the fuck happened down there?
Okay. I responded to a 1010. I get there. As soon as I pull up, it's them. They swarm me with baseball bats and move me over to the side. I started getting my ass whooped. They started beating my ass before anybody even got there. I started getting my ass whooped. So then I tried to run away. Then they came up to me and started surrounding me. He said, "Do as I say, do as I say." I was trying to de-escalate as much as I could. Then another officer rolled up and hit his panty and said I was cuffed. I was never cuffed. I couldn't say nothing on the radio because they was right there with bats. No, I'm fearing for my life. I'm not finna just do some shit while I'm being surrounded with baseball bats with chains and shit. Then the dude ended up putting some cocaine on my head and started sniffing it off my head. And I got to beating his ass. And that's not all that transpired. I believe one of them is probably calling me right now.
All right. Well, you can ignore that for now. So you responded to a call and you saw how many people when you drove up?
It looked like I can tell if it was logos or not. It seemed as if it was just like some logos standing up there. As I came up, it was like at least about 8 of them when I got out my car. I tried to run back, and that's when they came up with bats and shit. And one of them punched me out the car as well.
Okay.
Oh yeah, a lot of shit went down.
So a couple things happened during this that needed severe explanation, and we had another whole call going on. You responded to a call, which is fine, except it was in the South Side alone. And unfortunately, when other officers arrived on scene, we didn't have context, which was kind of an issue. And I'm not saying that this was all necessarily specifically the fault of one or the other, but I need a straight story, right? If you're gonna go to the South Side when we're limited on units, there's a problem in that in itself, right? Because you're not gonna have backup if something were to go down, i.e., like what just happened. And in a situation, especially where you're dealing with multiple people, the first option there should have just been to not even get out of your car, especially if you're in the South Side. 1010, you're rolling in, do a quick drive-by, do a quick look. To get out of your car and walk up away from your vehicle is concerning, especially in the South Side.
Man, I'm no disrespect, but I'm valid in the South Side. I never had an issue like this. Well, a couple since then, been around a lot of shit. God damn it, they just won't stop calling. Unknown number. Just
mute your phone. Bottom left to check the. Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, since Dan has came back, a lot of shit on the South Side has been different. You know, I'm just responding to calls like I normally would. I normally don't have issues on the South Side. Most of those guys know me down there. I haven't seen them down there before on the South Side ever. I'm just responding to call. I just did a traffic stop literally up the street. Just did a traffic stop. Then the 1010 popped out, so I just responded to that because I'm right there around the corner. So I didn't see any. Like I said, I normally know how to carry myself. But, you know, one thing led to another. Hey,
My point B is that time and time again, for as long as this PD has had a heartbeat, if you're going to the South Side, that is something that you do not do alone. The reality is, if there's a gang war going on, are you going to drive into that alone, or are you going to wait for units, right? In a situation in the South Side, especially the South Side, you absolutely should not be going down there alone. I don't care what the call is. If someone's dying in the South Side and you're the only unit, I'm going to be honest with you. They're going to have to find some other way. Because the issue that comes down to, and the issue that I think is coming from this, I also have a few other questions too. But to go to the South Side alone is something that we've never done. Because especially, we had 5 or 6 units tied up with another call on a different channel that all broke off to come to this. Take out the 5 or 6 people, the couple people that are 10-7, you're really left with a couple units that can respond, and no one else was able to back you up down there. If there were other people that you saw, even if it was 2 people, hey, I'm 23, can I get a 77? I have an individual running. Or I see somebody up the street, can I get a 77? To go down there alone is a major red flag. We just don't do that. Now, with them surrounding you, why did you swing at them?
Well, it wasn't all of them surrounded. A few of them had moved away, but that one guy, he put cocaine. I felt truly disrespected at that point, beyond measure, because he kept saying, "Get on your knee." I didn't know what was finna happen, and a few of them walked off. He poured some cocaine on my head and started sniffing it off. My grandma wouldn't do no shit like that to me. I'm sorry. I lost myself and I had to pop off.
Okay.
You're not gonna put your hands on me. I'm a grown ass man. And as another grown ass man, you shouldn't be pouring no cocaine on his head and sniffing it off. Now you can do some shit to Johnson now, but when you pour cocaine on his motherfucking head and sniff that motherfucker off, oh, you pushing my fucking buttons to the limit. You pushing my shit.
And I think it would push my buttons too, except if I was surrounded by another 4, 5, or as you said, 8 of them. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I got 8 people around me with baseball bats, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna let them snort coke off my head. Unfortunately, in a situation like that, Johnson, you do what you gotta fucking do. And while it may suck in the moment, turning and swinging on him in front of a bunch of other of his friends? Do you think we can find some common ground and maybe agree that that wasn't the best idea?
Right. I understand that. I just wanted to let it be known now. When y'all pulled it, they put the bats away. Like I said, a few of them started walking off, getting into the trucks and getting into their cars and shit. But he stayed, and I think 2 others stayed, and he started doing that shit.
When did they have baseball bats in their hands?
You said what now?
When did they have baseball bats in their hands?
They had baseball hands when I pulled up, they ran up to me and took out baseball bats. I got in my car, they got in the passenger and knocked my ass the fuck out. Started swinging on me. And that's when I ran to the railroad track and I said, hey, let's just talk. So they surrounded me. And he was trying to. Can I keep this? Can we keep this between me and you?
There's no one else in the room.
I'm just saying what I'm about to tell you right now. I need this to stay between me and you. Okay?
Okay.
He tried to get me to twerk.
They wanted you to twerk.
Yeah, he wanted me to twerk. He wanted me to twerk him. He wanted me to twerk in front of everybody. That's what he was trying to get me to do. Trying to get me to shake my ass.
So this all started because they wanted you to twerk.
No. Like I said, the original thing I showed up for was a 10-10. I showed up, seen a few people. I didn't know who the fuck it was. Like I said, I'm cool on the south side. I got my car. I got a valid pass. I'm good. I get out. I see them. I said, oh shit. I tried to run in my car and get the fuck up out of there. Motherfucker got up in that passenger seat, swung on me. As soon as he did that, I got out the car, started whooping my ass. I ran over there to the railroad track. That's when they surrounded me. And he said, go ahead and start twerking. I ain't finna, no. And then that's when the other officer pulled up and called for 78s. And they still had bats and they started putting the bats up. Then that's when he pulled out that cocaine on my head. It was a lot of shit that went down. Like I said, I see what you're saying. Like I said, most of the times I don't have that issue when it gets to that point. I normally don't have, like I said, most of the times I'd be good, but I didn't know it was them. If I knew it was them, I would say I wouldn't even went over there. You know what I'm saying? But anybody like, maybe BSK or Grove Street, hey, Johnson is good. GG, I'm good. I said, I'm good. Hey, I'm good. Like I said, we were just coming from a call. They had that damn street race over there that was off of Poplar and Buccaneer Way. I was coming from there. I had crashed the fuck out. Then I saw how many units on. I said, okay, Johnson don't need to be on. I'm good. But then I saw a guy with a tail light out. Pulled him over. Did a successful traffic stop. Another unit was there with me because I called out on the radio. Went to another call. Went into the 10T. I said, there's a group of people out here. Said that all. I relayed everything on the radio. You know. But I see what you're saying. You know. It's bad. But when you think about that though, you can honestly say that for any place. And that's why I can't agree with what you're saying about the South Side. It doesn't matter where the fuck it is in the city if you want to put it to that particular case. Because it would behoove you and it would be very rigor mortis for you to say that. And it's also the same thing that happens in Vinewood as well. It would be no different if a group of individuals in Vinewood, I shouldn't respond to any call by myself at that point. Right? Or am I wrong? Because if I'm wrong, you can let me know. But I don't see the difference between the South Side, the East Side, West Side, North Side, motherfucking Mount Chiliad. If it's a group of people, you by yourself, hey, you know what I'm saying?
If you're in an area where gangs are hanging out and crime rates are higher, yes, I'm going to call it out where I see it.
So you saying that more crime happens on the South Side than the North?
I'm not saying anything. What I'm saying is that since this police department has had a heartbeat, we do not patrol the South Side alone. That's not coming from me. This has been ingrained in training for years now. This is not something that we do. It's never been something that we do, and it will continue to be something that we do not do. That's the point I'm making.
Oh.
The other question I have too, though, is why you didn't hit your panic button. If you're telling me that you arrived on scene, they had baseball bats out, they started running toward you. Where was your panic button?
Okay, let me put you in the whole situation. I pull up. As soon as I pull up, I get out. They run towards me. I'm trying to visualize
panic
what the
button.
fuck is going. I'm trying to visualize. At that point, I'm running to my car to get the fuck on. If I try to reach in my pocket to hit that panic button, I might die. I'm trying to get in the car to get the fuck on. Then I would have hit my panic. But I'm trying to. How can I put this? I don't want to hit a panic that's not even a threat. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know. They could have came and tried to run up to me just to say, I don't know. I don't want to hit panic and I don't know the actual situation at hand.
If your car is being surrounded by 5 people with baseball bats,
No. This is when I got in my car, I got knocked out. When I got in the driver, they got in the passenger and knocked me out. That's what I'm saying. It was at no point in time I could have hit my panic button. That's what I'm trying to say.
The issue I'm dealing with, though, is that you're telling me that you arrived on the scene and you saw them with baseball bats to begin with.
No. That's not what I said. I said I arrived on scene. I got in the car. They ran up to me with baseball bats. I didn't see them with baseball bats when I got there.
They ran up to the car and you were in the vehicle.
No. Listen, okay. I don't know if I'm saying that wrong or not.
Johnson, the point I'm making is that this could have all been avoided. And the brunt of what happened could have been subsided had you either had a secondary unit or had you either done a drive-by on the scene, especially in the South Side. Don't be getting out of your vehicle. Have your panic button ready. If you were ever in a position where you were ever in a spot where people, I don't care if you're in your car, you got 5 people around you with baseball bats, I'm still hitting my panic button. Right? I've had to do it before with the same group. All I'm asking is that you do yourself a favor. You see where the fault was. Now, I'm not saying that the other people that were on the scene didn't also have fault as well. But more from your stance, if you're going to be going and patrolling the South Side and you're going to be responding to calls, make sure we have units that are able to respond and make sure that you're verbalizing everything. And if you're arriving on a scene or you're 76 to somewhere in the South Side, request a 77 to go with you.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yeah, I understand that.
Okay. I don't think I have anything else I want to bring up. I would probably try and explain your side if you want to them, if that's something that you want to do. I'm gonna be honest with you, based on the way that they were talking, I would probably get ready to get a statement too. If they try and go for some kind of a bench trial or a lawsuit, they might. I don't know. But that'll be up at that point for you to explain your side on the stand. If they take it that route. It sounded like Dundee was not very happy.
I mean, I don't understand. I guess he forgot. He's looking at the fact that I punched his friend in front of y'all, but he's forgetting that I got my ass whooped before all of this shit. That's what he's forgetting. He's forgetting that part. But understood.
Okay.
Understood.
And another point, if you're surrounded by 5 people and I find out that you're swinging on people, we're going to have bigger problems moving forward, okay? If you're surrounded by 5 people, I don't care if they're snorting coke off your big toe. Let it happen. At that point, you were outnumbered beyond belief, okay?
Understood.
Okay. You're going to be free to go. Just be a little bit more verbalized with where you're going. Is if you're going in an area like the south side, okay?
Okay, gotcha.
All right. Take care, Johnson.
Is there...
Johnson's story made no sense. It's okay, though. So a couple of the points that Flop is trying to make to Johnson. First off, in a situation where you are surrounded by multiple people, even if you're in your car and they do not have guns, 78s. You are now severely outnumbered by bodies. Even if they don't have baseball bats, 5 people surrounding you, punching you, that's 78s, right? No panic button. You're going to a call on Roy Lowenstein alone. You told, you also explained that you saw them with baseball bats. You didn't have your car locked. I mean, it sounds like most of what Flop heard is that it could have been avoided. And Flop's probably gonna have a word with Tessa just to let her know like what's going on and sort of what's transpired per se. Yeah, no, that was good. Flop will talk to Tessa about potentially, maybe, big maybe on maybe some strike points. As for exactly what, it's kind of hard to say right now. It sounds like it was potentially negligence just on an officer. Or Johnson call going 10-10 on Roy Lowenstein. I told Maple we should go back him up just in case. We headed down and status check Johnson. No one would reply. Once on scene, we saw Johnson surrounded by Bang Boys. We thought he was in handcuff. Irwin came over to talk to Belmont. Maple realized that Johnson was not cuffed. Downgraded to 77. Belmont and Johnson showed up. Started talking shit about as a gang. Saying that in a second he would have every cop down here threatening 78s. Yeah. Okay. Woo! Shit. All right. Is Tessa on radio? High command Flop. Ugh, don't say that. I would not ever do high command. Fuck all that. Danny, the female cop would be Harper Belmont. I don't know if she streams consistently. I'm not actually very sure, to be honest, but yeah, we the other part too is we've also never patrolled the south side alone. It doesn't matter like how friendly you are.
I've been falsely accused.
What happened to her?
What's going on channel 1? She's currently streaming. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, nice. I don't know if she streamed very consistently. I know sometimes she's around, she doesn't stream. So there you go. So this is not to say Johnson's. This is not to say Johnson's out of the loop with potentially, you know, punishment, but
Crossing over the canals, merging onto Elysian Field. Stand by for direction. You have an interference car right behind you. Copy. Continuing northbound Elysian Fields, merging westbound.
210 en route.
Thank you. That's good.
Which vehicle are we on now, Jim? Pink D10 has the driver of the boost vehicle. 10-4. Is the rocket S80 secured? Affirm, it's on the tow truck. Good shit. Westbound Del Perro.
and just with some love. Well, I appreciate it, Danny. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you. What's up, Dab? How you doing?
Is that a vehicle following the chase?
Affirm.
All
Right
right.
behind me though.
Well,
continue westbound Del Perro.
one crisis
Past North
averted.
Fourth exit. Taking a ramp
For now.
up towards, stand by the jewelry store jump towards Palomino Avenue. Left, southbound Palomino. Continue southbound Palomino, crossing over San Andreas. Left, eastbound Vespucci.
Yeah, that whole scene was really
Passing
confusing.
White Garage. Continue eastbound Vespucci. Right, southbound Power. Alleyway, broke my ankles.
Glad I had good entertainment for my canes. That does sound so good.
Copy.
Pretty early for me.
They're going through the parking garage.
Yeah, I'm pretty cooked
Lower
myself.
power.
Left, stop.
Left. Lower power. BCB.
Hello. Hello,
East
Flopathy.
Boston.
What did this
I'm trying to
cost
get-
them from?
This guy's petting me. I'm steering East
66 is
Boston.
going to stay on
plus
this
boost.
interference vehicle.
Gotcha.
San Andreas going over the
I'm
bridge.
tired of these pussy Ninja Turtles. I want the real ones back.
Crossing over Popular. Approaching El Rancho.
Thank you.
Stand by. Left, northbound
All right.
Rancho. Or Mirror Park Drive.
And it's pretty early, yeah. I'm tired because I haven't been sleeping like at
During,
all.
Mirror
I've
Park
actually been doing
Boulevard,
very
past the
minimal
tavern.
sleeping. I've been very busy. But I did
Working,
catch up with actual
westbound.
adult stuff.
Approaching the casino.
Doubled up, alright?
Negative.
She's at secondary westbound 50 Boulevard, crossing Elgin.
I'm gonna move my
Still
panic
pushing
button. I
west,
don't trust
past the
myself.
vault.
All right,
Full
nice.
ascendant, speeds 130 climbing.
So,
Vinewood,
trying to think what else is
on-speed
going on. I
cliffs,
don't know. I'm excited about the
westbound.
YouTube stuff. I don't know.
I just exploded.
I'm looking forward to it.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
I just,
I'm BCB on him. Turning,
Let's see if we can catch up to Tessa.
Wait, Suarez, you good? I
Suarez
don't
went
think
down.
Suarez is good. I'm BCB on this vehicle. I'm gonna go back to Suarez.
Yeah, let's go back to Suarez. Let's cut our losses here.
Adulting? I caught up on a year's worth of taxes. Woo! Felt good.
I
Felt
think Suarez lost his head.
good.
Southbound Movie Star Way.
With you.
Now
Get ahead
westbound San Andreas.
Got to use this A plus or no?
A firm. I think it might be even S. It's very fast.
I will gauge an A plus. Going
66
eastbound Vespucci, left northbound Decker Street, going into the skate park. Got to jump out at some point. So, yep, jumping out northbound South Rockford Drive.
Who do you
My
think
bad,
put
Bob.
this here? Look at this.
Vehicle's last seen
It's a
eastbound
whole
San
weed.
Andreas.
Shucks. I guess we're gonna have to
Copy,
burn
white
it
color ruiner on Movie
and
Star.
smoke
Yeah.
it.
Let's,
No,
let's
we're
cut
not
our
gonna
losses here. Let's
smoke
wrap it up. We got 2 cars.
What do you mean?
We're getting spread thin.
I'm checking on
we're
it
calling
though.
here. Good work, everybody.
Got that.
Oh wow.
Who would we call? Was it
Is this
Take
your
a picture,
weed?
Flop.
Aria? Yeah, Aria Shaw. We got Aria Shaw, we got the boost car, and we got the rocket ship. We'll take it.
Yeah. Look toward me a little bit. There you go. Perfect. All right. Nice.
Okay, let's get a little sample out of this thing if we can. Oh no, I don't think it's ready.
Is this your weed?
Oh well.
Is this your marijuana?
No.
Are you
I
sure?
just realized I was.
Now.
My. I just realized my voice box wasn't working. I've been talking the whole time.
Oh.
No. Is that yours, Flop? Are you going to sell it at your shop now?
I'm not gonna sell it at my shop, but it's definitely mine now.
Okay. Well, good luck with that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep. Bye.
All right.
Hi, Tessa.
Hello.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Have a good
Goodbye.
one. Bye
I'll go look
bye.
for food.
Hey.
Hi. I tried to call you back and you were being a phone guy.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. What's going on?
Hey, Flop. There's another one in front of Shrugway.
God. Okay. Thank you.
Alright.
We'll
Yeah,
move
just
over
drove by, I
there.
didn't buy it.
I think you're playing these. We'll go over there. I have a potential dumpster fire. I just need your opinion. Get in the shot. Perfect. All right, nice. That'd be a good ad for Shrugway. Thank you guys for the follows, by the way. I do appreciate it.
Hold on.
Okay. Ugh, my nose. Well, I guess we start the month off strong with dumpster fire after dumpster fire.
I'm getting a sample of this one.
Okay.
Got it. And I'm breaking it. Pulling it up.
Oh my God.
What is this? It had a tag on it. Mary Jane Young. With broccoli.
Shots at MRPD.
Broccoli Mary.
We have multiple shots fired and 47 at MRPD.
Okay.
We have bad
Anyway,
boys here. Something to
do
drag
you want to
officers
talk
or other
somewhere
people
else?
stand by.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Let's go to
All
Beaverbush.
suspects
Okay.
down.
I like
We have
that
multiple
one.
officers down at MRPD.
Hey Tessa, what up?
Careful, police.
Oh, hey,
Mr.
what
T
up?
coming through. Big star, big star.
You have food?
No, I
What
don't.
food place is open right now?
I have checked like 3 places. I got nothing. I have looked everywhere today. I even checked Harmony.
Oh, we're
I
dead.
got
We're all
food
dead.
at Uwu earlier.
They were closed when I went.
Oh,
What?
I'm sorry.
They're all closed. We're gonna starve.
You just drive
I
up to
can give
starving
you each-
person like, I got
I
food.
can-
No, 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 no,
Lots
no,
of
Well,
no.
no,
Around,
I can give you each
contemplating
a
out.
side if you want.
Eh.
If it'll tide you over.
Oh, drug dealer.
Hi, chat. How we
Ooh.
doing?
There you go. There's some cake.
Oh, Tessa, you're too nice.
Can I have
I
your
don't
drug?
want you to die. No, you cannot have my drug.
Oh, why not?
Wait, you.
Because I just found this. It's mine now.
But I asking very nice.
You
Okay, go
did.
ahead.
You want my
but
drug?
Everybody's in cuffs
It's
here.
finders keepers.
I got drug.
Oh.
Got drug?
Oh,
I got drug.
drug.
I got drug. I call it
Okay.
caffeine.
I actually just drugged Dragon with that.
Oh, nice.
Jones.
What?
Caffeine's my preferred drug
Not
of
looking
choice.
too good. We need EMS here ASAP.
It was sad. I made him drink 10 cups of coffee.
We haven't had EMS for like an hour.
Oh, shit.
Yes, he
We
just
gotta
be sad
self-transport.
faster.
I'm grabbing my car.
Huh.
Car ready.
This
Is this
sound.
science?
What was that?
Science?
Science.
Yes, this is what I saying. I telling you.
What kind of science?
What? По-русски, блядь?
What?
Huh?
Huh?
Okay, let's go.
Huh?
Okay,
Oh,
goodbye. What?
wrong,
do have an
wrong,
ambulance parked
wrong
here
car.
for PD.
Okay, goodbye.
Oh, okay.
We get them all
Wait,
over
no,
there
I-
with one
I-
vehicle.
Bro, did you go to jail earlier? Like, no, we're not.
Oh, okay, wrong car. Sorry.
Wrong car, wrong car.
It's okay.
Well,
Alright, start loading them up into my old ambo. Suspects have been cuffed. I have not searched them or anything though.
Units to help you process.
Is this a 10 bang or is this an actual thing?
No, that's the advert processing. All of them.
Okay. Yeah, I need clarification because nobody seems to be on the same goddamn page with these guys.
all right. Well, time to explain to Tessa what happened with Johnson. One dumpster fire after another today.
Okay. Also got stabbed, so it's like a negotiation thing. So yeah, it's you know.
Before you load anybody up, make sure you cross completely.
Yo, sick puppy, thank you so much for the bits. I appreciate the hundo. Thank you, thank
Might not have
you.
room in this ambulance.
We can plant them here. They're like trees. This is called Back to Silence by OTE. Exactly how it sounds. An O, a T, and an E. Are you... You pimping the crib?
No, this is evidence.
Oh. You're right. It's evidence. We should make sure it works. Just like we should test to make sure that that's actually weed. Oh my god. You need help carrying anything? You good? Yo, what's up, Bird King? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay,
I got it.
okay. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
I just had to talk to Johnson in the captain's office. And after I was done talking with him, I had asked Harper originally for a statement, and she got it to me pretty much as soon as he stepped out of the office. I'm just gonna forward you what Harper texted me.
I'm gonna be honest. I heard a 13 Alpha situation. Somebody asked what happened over the radio. While this was going on, I got a call from Erwin Dundee. I heard that the Bang Boys were doing some stuff. And then, I didn't answer the call from Erwin, by the way. And then I hear Johnson on the radio saying that somebody put cocaine on his head and sniffed it off of him, and he considered that assault. So, I heard that. Is that what was brought to you?
Forget brought to me. I brought Johnson in to question him. And then Harper sent me that after he left the room. Johnson tried telling me that he respectfully disagreed about patrolling in certain areas because, you know, if he can't patrol a certain area, then he can't patrol anywhere. And I had to explain to him that since the beginning of time, since this police department grew legs and had a heartbeat, it has been ingrained that we do not patrol the south side alone, especially when we don't have units available. And then I received this from Harper, and I'm trying to figure out how to proceed, because honestly, out of everything that happened, Johnson turned around after he was held up. He told me the reason why he swung back at the guy that snorted coke off his head was because he was disrespected. And I told him, I said, I don't care if they were snorting coke off your big toe. You're surrounded by 5 of them. Why would you turn and swing on them? And the other issue that I had specifically was the part where Johnson essentially threatened to say that he would get the whole PD down there if they did some shit. Sort of using that as a crutch.
So he went down there and instigated.
Essentially.
Basically.
I have some clarifying questions. He said, when, you know, he saw they had baseball bats, started running toward him. I said, okay, panic button. He goes, well, I didn't have the opportunity to then push me out of the car. I'm like, okay, panic button? Panic button. Panic button? Comms? Radio? Southside? Panic button? 77s? Anything? And I got nothing. So he went down there, and I pretty much told him that if he's going to go to those calls, he needs a backup unit. I didn't exactly tell him that there might be further action. I just kind of let him go now until I gather other statements. I did this kind of backwards. Usually I get everyone else's side, and then I go to the main person once I have everyone's perspective. But I told Johnson on scene, I said I want him in the captain's office to talk to him about what happened. He essentially instigated it and told me that he was disrespected when the guy snorted coke off his head. And I told him that when he is outnumbered like that, in absolutely no capacity should you turn and start wailing on one of them for any reason. At that point, you are now outnumbered by a lot.
Yeah.
There's a couple things here that did not add up. But I pretty much told Johnson flat out that this could have been avoided, and that he essentially kind of grew it to this point, and pulled an entire other call off for it. I mean, granted, I think there were a couple other issues too. I think that it took us way too long to downgrade it from 78s to 77s. But that's nor here or there. I get it. Hectic scene. I understand. The whole thing seemed kind of strange. I don't even care about the transpiring of whatever happened after. I just cared about why it happened to begin with. It sounds, because I told Johnson that he all he has to do on the south side is do a quick drive-by. You see a couple people, hey, can I get a 77? I got multiple individuals down here. But it sounds like he got to the call, got out, and just decided to willy-nilly walk. So, I don't know. I tried being pretty blunt with him.
Well, it sounds like he did a dumb and caused an unnecessary escalation, which is something that he was doing somewhat recently. I don't remember if you were around for it.
I don't think so.
He was getting assaulted by, I think, people from GG at the clothing store.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I didn't
It
talk to
happened
him.
like 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that he needs to really like get drilled about, because if it's causing escalations like that, it needs to be reined in, and he needs to know that, you know, just because he can get the whole PD to come and back him up does not mean he should need to.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be causing that situation. So, what do you need from me in order to proceed on this?
I'm just asking you if, because I got that statement from Harper after, and honestly, I don't like the way it sounds. Do you think that there's anything that should happen from this other than just the conversation I had with him? Or should I call him back in and just let him know, hey, you're catching some strike points for this? And if I'm striking him specifically, what am I striking him for? Because I want to say that it's for escalating a situation that should have been de-escalated. But I sort of just wanted your opinion on this, because I feel like this has been kind of a recurring door with Johnson from what I've heard. Unfortunately, a lot of the smaller circumstances happen when I'm not around. So to see it is rare for me, which is why I haven't had like a proper chance to actually look into any of the situations. I'll say this much. The one at the clothing store.
So what did Harper call 78s?
Harper and Maple called 78s because they circled Johnson, and from where they were standing, they couldn't get a good look, but it looked like based on where they were positioned, Johnson was in handcuffs.
Oh, okay.
So I told Harper, I said your reason to call 78s was fine. I would have done the same thing, and to de-escalate it from there was fine.
Okay. What was Johnson's like overall attitude at the end of the conversation? Was he accepting, or was he still talking back to you?
He was accepting. I told him flat out. I said, you know, because he asked me. He said, respectfully, I don't agree with what you're saying, because, you know, there's crime in Vinewood, there's crime all the way up north, there's crime all the way down south. What difference does it make if I go to the south? And I said, you're right. I said, but since the beginning of, at least as long as I've been a cop, and I know well before then, it's either a spoken rule or the unspoken rule, depending on how you were trained and who trained you, that you do not patrol the south side alone. You just don't do it.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I had a similar situation quite a long time ago, actually, with, it was Zen Shiesty and Aziz, I think. And they went down to BBMC turf one day, and they were instigating, and they were causing problems, and I had to yell at both of them, because they ended up getting people hurt. And it was really getting on my nerves, and I did pull them aside and I did talk to them. It improved the situation, so we will see if he continues this behavior or if it stops. Because to my understanding, I don't think anyone talked to him about the clothing store thing. Or I don't remember if anyone did. So,
I did not, and neither did Bison, because it's,
okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It sounded like after it happened, I don't think Johnson necessarily, and granted, this is from what it seemed, after that happened, he immediately went 42. I don't think that he actually wanted it to continue. It sounded like the other party was instigating it, so I didn't want to drill into him about that.
All right. So he knows it's a pattern at this point. He knows that we've got an issue with it. He's been informed. Now, if he continues that, we can issue strike points. I think that's the fairest thing to do at this point. Just to kind of go over that stuff with him and explain to him why we have an issue with it, I think is important for him. But
yeah,
I do think that at some point we're going to need to issue a strike point to him because of the continuing of the behavior. I think that's the problem. But do I think it really needs to happen now? I don't know. I don't think it does because you already talked to him.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to talk to you, is because this was an interesting one. I think it could go both ways. I think I could pull him back in, issue him 10 strike points, and tell him, hey, let's not have this happen anymore. I also think that if it happens in some time recent, moving forward, I do think that it would be perfectly acceptable to tell him, hey, you're getting 15 strike points. This is a continuation. We talked about this. This is what's going on. You need to cut the shit, essentially.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Because it's causing a strain on other people, and it needs to be corrected. I think you've done fine just talking to him. Hopefully that improves it, and if not, we can address that.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I wish I've been around more often to see the other instances so I can at least have like a baseline, but it sounds like small, areas here or there, like the clothing store, or there was another one that happened probably about a month and a half ago. I don't know, a month ago, where I wasn't around, but someone brought it up to me, and there was no report or anything, so.
I don't want to bring up months ago sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Yeah, for me, it's not related. I'm bringing up the point that I haven't been around for a lot of these like questions or concerns. This is the first one I'm seeing in person, so I just wanted to speak with you and see what you thought about it.
All right.
I think we're good from here, though.
One of the issues that I had with that is I don't really think what he says happened to him warrants, an attack on that person. But I guess technically if you put your hands on someone else, it's assault, but did he do any harm? I don't really think so.
He got laid out by all of them, and Harper was leading before I can get on scene. I didn't really know what was going on. But the reason I had a problem with it was that at that point, negotiations were happening between Maple and the Bang Boys. And I guess while that happened, while negotiations were happening, he turned and wailed on him. So the issue that I had there is, for lack of a better term, in that situation, he was more looked at as, I guess, a hostage. It's kind of like going to a bank and a hostage just wailing on the guy with the gun, per se. You know what I mean? It was one of those, like, circumstantial. Could I understand defending yourself, being assaulted? Yes. But in that specific situation, no. At that point, let him snort the coke. At that point, you can deal with that after. So.
All right.
But yeah, I'm good. I just wanted to kind of get your 2 cents on it. I hate to bug you with small stuff like this. I just didn't want to.
It's not small.
No,
it's important. I think that it gets addressed, and I appreciate you for having that conversation with him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think he appreciates being talked to rather than just being told. So that's, I think, important to him.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. No faults on my end. Other than that, I just wanted to kind of keep you in the loop. And when I say small, I mean more like, this is something that, from a sergeant level, I can deal with. Right? I don't feel like I need to immediately go to you. But I also do think it's important to kind of keep you informed.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got a call from Harvey.
All good. I got a call